All right, good afternoon. Happy Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving. Sure some of you guys are trying to get out of here to get some shopping done. All right, so here's the injury report, what I have for you. So Curtis Samuel, he'll be out for the game, won't practice today. TB in the same boat. Dion, Dawkins, Spencer Brown, all four of those will not practice today. All four will be out for the game. Joshua Palmer will be limited today. Dalton Kincaid, both limited today and listed as questionable for the game. Time's yours.
So with Joshua Palmer, was that an in-practice injury on Wednesday?
He's been dealing with, still coming off of the injury from the Atlanta game, and just kind of working through it one day at a time. Joe, I'm not going to say he tweaked it the other day, but just still dealing with it, the soreness from it. So that's really where we're at.
What's your plan with tackle?
We're going through some of the different options. Have a lot of confidence in those guys. Some of the guys are younger, some are a little bit older. But like I mentioned earlier, it's probably on the radio that with the lack of experience, they're going to make up for in grit, toughness, and those that are playing alongside of them will help them out as well, best they can. Possibly.
Is Chase Lund in the mix, and what goes into that with a player that I don't believe has a snap yet?
Yeah, no, there's a first time for all of us, right? And what I love about Chase is he has been just really steady in his day-to-day approach. He's a pro already at a young age, just in terms of his approach. There is an experience or lack thereof in this case, but full confidence in Chase and Tylen.
Is injured reserve still possibilities for Terrell and Spencer?
Doesn't look that way, but again, we're just continuing to take it one day at a time here.
Christian Bedford, he's just named that LPA's community MVP of the week. What does it mean to see, he's done a bunch of different events, but just to get that recognition for his most recent work?
Yeah, I appreciate you mentioning that. He's phenomenal. Young man from the Baltimore area, right? And his love for people, his love for the community, and in multiple communities that he, either grew up in or now being in Buffalo is important, right? So doing more than just playing the game and having more of an impact than just on the field is huge.
Sean, your team battling through some injuries here. You had said after the Houston game that, part of the NFL is you sign up for things like that and playing on short weeks to get ready for Houston. But just approaching with the injuries, how does that mentality carry over this team, and how have you seen them work this week to prepare themselves for this game?
Yeah, no, they understand, certain guys are out. It's next man up, as we've said. The injury list continues to grow. But our guys have been unwavering in their approach and their belief in one another, their belief in themselves. They know this is going to be a tough game, like all games are. We have a lot of respect for Pittsburgh, obviously, and what they do and how successful they've been. So really no different in the approach in terms of the urgency and the togetherness of the team.
How have you seen Brandon Cooks continue to adapt to this team throughout the week, and how do you feel about where he's anxious, maybe speeding up to play on Sunday?
Yeah, good addition. Again, pro, as I've mentioned before, I've enjoyed a couple of days that we've had around each other, and works extremely hard. And he's working on learning what we do and how we do things, and we'll see where it goes come game day.
Steelers are top 3 in the NFL in usage of big personnel, and then you throw in Darnell Washington, who's looks like another offensive lineman. From a physical preparation standpoint, what does this week look like when they want to run the ball, they want to be physical, and they're huge?
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to know there's a challenge every week. Sometimes it's run game, sometimes it's pass game, sometimes it's both. And, overall, whenever you play a Pittsburgh Steelers football team, it's going to be a physical game regardless of their size. But to your point, they've got some pretty big fellas in there, and Washington's one of them for sure. So he's used heavily in what they do, and he's a good football player.
Just wanted to ask a question again about the offensive line and the confidence of your opponent. What
Mhm.
about the challenges of this particular defense when you have transition there on your offensive line?
Yeah, no, it is what it is, right? So we can't control who they have. Certainly, a very talented front. Um, our injuries are our injuries, so there's not much we can do about that either. All we can do is control what we can control, which is our approach, our attitude, our togetherness, and the execution of the plan. So the plan's got to be on target, and then we've got to go execute it.
Then I just want, like a point of order type thing with Dion, like he's ruled out now. Is there a chance he could have been out of the protocol before the game and he just, because he didn't have the time in terms of practice, or is there?
Yeah, I'll just speak generally, Tim, out of respect for Dion and the concussion protocol system overall is, there's these kind of mile markers, if you will, and we're just at a point where it's not going to be, we're not going to be on green before the game, so that's where we're at.
Sean, on Wednesday, we saw Ed Oliver out of that big
Yep.
race that he got on. Is there any hope that we could return before the end of the regular season at this point?
Valid question. I have not heard anything from our training staff on that. If I had, I would say it, but I've not heard any new news, if you will, on Ed's situation.
With the injuries that have happened at receiver since Wednesday, or the Curtis and Joshua situation, is there a possibility to bring Elijah Moore back, or is that?
Yeah, I would never rule out that possibility. Elijah's a good person, good player, so we'll just see as we move forward here.
But I know the approach has been day by day, just given the injuries in the receiver room too. Is there direction or decision you made about Keon Stabs for Sunday?
No, not yet. Like all of them, really, he's in the same boat as all of them. We're going through the combinations, how Joshua Palmer, in this case, looks and what he's able to do. And we just, again, work through today and then get ourselves ready.